and welcome back on my channel from the Little English Box. I'm Aurélie and I'm an online teacher for English lessons. I'm French and I teach French people how to learn English and how to use English in everyday life. If you haven't done it yet, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I make regular videos about how to use English and how fun it can be to actually speak English and learn English. So in today's video, we are talking about social media and how to use social media to help you to improve your English and how good it is to use it. Right, I'm sure if you're watching this video, you're probably on Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn, and I've actually been present on social medias to help you, to share with you my videos, but it's also an amazing way to practice English. And how is that relevant? So why do I say that social medias are important to learn English? That's pretty simple. Learning a language is interaction, communication, conversation, writing, and you get all that in social medias. In social medias, you can interact with people. You can comment, you can make videos like I've just done. You can interact. I think that's the main thing. You can interact. You can interact, get reactions from people, talk to people, read articles, watch videos, and there's so many opportunities that you can use social medias to help you to practice English as easy and free as much as you want. That's a free thing, and you don't have to be a social media addict to use it to learn English. You can actually create just an account with a fake name and use it just to practice English. So each social media has a different purpose and will help you in a different way. So I'm going to try to take each of them and try to give you an explanation and a method to use each of them properly to suit your needs and suit your way of living. So if you've never used Facebook, for example, but you use Instagram, I will definitely recommend you to use more Instagram than Facebook. Pretty logic here. So the first thing you have to think about is, which social media do I use? Which social media do I want to use? And how I want to use it. How I want to use it. Do I want to use a fake name? Do I want to use my real name? Do I want to interact with people or just being passive? You can be passive learner or active learner on social media. It's totally up to you. Obviously, the active one is a little bit better if you want to improve, but the passive one, you're still improving on other skills. So that's still pretty good for me. And so Facebook is very good for practicing videos, listening to videos, quick and short videos, interacting with people, so you can write comments, follow pages like my pages, for example. You can follow pages, watch live videos about any subject. It doesn't have to be a video about English, but a video about things that you like, about cooking, about favorite actor, whatever you want, as long as it's listening and writing a comment. And people will probably answer to your comments, so you can have this interaction that I keep telling you. And it can be a little bit scary the day you actually click on publish, but I promise you nothing will happen to you, and the only thing that can happen is that you're going to be proud of you because you wrote a comment in English. And that's a very good feeling, to feel like, oh my gosh, that's the first time I write something, someone is going to read me and is going to answer me. So I remember when I started to learn English a long time ago, and it was the beginning of internet, and I used to go on Amazon Messenger, and I remember there were sort of chats online. It was on Yahoo, I think. So I used Yahoo chats to talk to people I didn't know, and I think it truly, now when I think about it, it truly helped me to go for it and try and talk. And I think the computer is a little bit easier for shy people, so there's no real impact, and if you don't answer, you can still try to find another way to understand, or search in a dictionary if you feel a little bit better about it. And it really helps from to when you have this fear of speaking, you can totally write a comment or chat with people and see that it's actually possible and nothing is happening to you. Even if you make a mistake, people can still understand you, and that makes a huge difference in your confidence. That really helps confidence. So that's good for Facebook, watching videos, reading articles. It also can help you to go on other websites, discover new things, and follow interest and things that you like, and really have a personalized sort of learning. If we talk about LinkedIn, which is a little bit more professional, well, much more professional, you will have more things about work, and still kind of the same interaction, but I think there's more interaction on LinkedIn, but it's more interesting interaction. So let's say it's more structured and on specific subjects, more than on Facebook, which is kind of everyday English. So it also depends on the type of English you want to work on. If you want professional English logic, you go on LinkedIn and interact with people on groups and on discussion groups, or comment things and watch videos about technology and products and things like this. I personally go on LinkedIn to talk about teaching methods and exchange about one subject in particular that I'm struggling with, or just in teaching stuff mainly. And I go on Facebook to watch videos or watch things which are totally everyday and sometimes not very interesting, but still English. So it's still learning, and it's still a different type of English. If you go on Instagram, it's more quite a quick sort of thing. So Instagram is good if you have just a few minutes and you just read a description of a picture. So it's probably a little bit less efficient than Facebook or LinkedIn, but I think it's still good because the interaction is pretty good, and you still have the stories. So the stories are good for listening as well. So you still have understanding, and you can interact with people with their stories or directly on comments. And I've noticed that there's a lot of interaction and a lot of answering comments on Instagram, probably much more than Facebook. I don't know, it's just a feeling I have. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. I'm not a social media specialist, I'm English specialist. I'm just helping you to use social media. So don't judge on how I see social medias. And what other social media do you have? You have YouTube, which is not really a social media, but YouTube is great for a lot of things. And I think I'm going to do a full video about how to use YouTube, because there are lots of ways that we don't use YouTube properly, how to use it to, like, we just watch how to speak English in public. This is probably not going to help you. But watching your favorite recipe with Gordon Ramsay will definitely help you to understand a menu at the restaurant. And so the use of YouTube is a little bit different, and it's not the same approach. So it's different. So I'll definitely do a video about YouTube, so if you're interested about a video about how to use YouTube to learn English, put it in comments. I'd love to know that, and it will encourage me to do it soon. And I think that's all for social media. We're pretty good. I used Twitter. Yeah, I didn't talk about Twitter. That's logic. I don't use Twitter, so I don't know that much about Twitter. But I think it's still very good for confidence because you have very short sentences, so kind of the same. They can go together like LinkedIn and Facebook for when you want to spend a little bit more time and have longer reads and watchings. And Instagram and Twitter are kind of pretty fast sort of thing. So you can go on Twitter for just a few minutes, read some sentences. And what is good about Twitter, I think, is more like a sort of speaking English. So it's again another type of English, and it's reading an English that you can hear, like street English or proper American slang. So the slang is the vocabulary which are cultural, like local type of English, and it's kind of good for that as well. So actually the best is to mix them all and use them all without being addicted. I'm not saying you should be addicted to social medias, but definitely try to mix the use of them and try to see what's the best for you. And if you can go on all of them, that's perfect. That's a lot of practice. I want to know, do you use social medias? Which social media do you use? And do you use it to learn English? Put that in comments. I'd love to answer you. I wish you an amazing week, and I'll talk to you next time on the next video. Bye!